Picture this. In one country, the day begins with a warm "Good morning, sir," even if the person saying it has barely slept. They smile, not because everything is perfect, but because that smile is part of something bigger, a culture of care, humility, and service. A place where emotional control is admired and where making someone else feel comfortable is part of the job. Now travel thousands of kilometers across oceans and continents and land in a world of espresso shots, buzzing scooters, and voices raised in animated conversation before 9 a.m. Here, emotions aren't hidden, they're embraced. You're not expected to smile unless you mean it. And if you feel something, you say it, loud and clear. Palm tree on one side, the Philippines, famous for its friendly hospitality, calm approach to conflict, and booming service economy, from BPOs to tourism. Performing arts on the other, Italy, where the workplace is an extension of personal identity, where passion is a strength, and where even the office has a touch of theatrical flair. These are two completely different work philosophies, both beautiful, both deeply human, but built on opposing emotional foundations. In the Philippines, there's harmony, structure, and an almost meditative rhythm to the workday. You greet, you serve, you listen, always with respect. But behind the smile, there's often pressure to suppress frustration, to adapt, to stay soft even in hard situations. In Italy, the workday starts with energy, sometimes chaos. There's noise, mood swings, creativity, and expression. One moment you're in a meeting, the next, a full-blown debate over coffee. But beneath that energy lies a drive for purpose, to feel something real, to be someone expressive, even at work. Sparkles two cultures, two rhythms, two ways of answering the same question. Should work be about others or about yourself? In this episode, we'll live a full working day in both countries. From early mornings to late evenings, from the quiet strengths of Filipino teamwork to the emotional fire of Italian ambition, you'll see how culture shapes not just what we do, but how we feel while doing it. We'll cover it all. 7 o'clock, what time they wake up. Bus, how they commute. Hot beverage, what the office vibe is like. Spaghetti, what lunch means. Hourglass, done whether overtime is normal. Artist palette, and how people recharge after the day is done. And here's the twist. You might think you know which country offers a more comfortable life. But by the end of this video, your answer may change. So stay with us and ask yourself, where would you thrive, in the land of quiet smiles or the land of bold expression? Let's find out. The Philippines. Kindness isn't a personality trait here, it's a professional skill. Sun morning. In the Philippines, the day often begins well before the first rays of sunlight. Many Filipinos wake up around 4:30 or 5 a.m., especially those living in densely populated cities like Manila, Cebu, or Davao. This early rising is not always about discipline, it's a necessity. The roads fill up quickly, and commuting can become a major part of the daily routine. Mornings are unhurried but intentional. The tone is quiet, almost sacred. People perform small rituals, sweeping the floor, watering plants, lighting a candle at the family altar. A quick prayer is whispered for strength, patience, or protection before facing the demands of the day. Family time often happens in these early hours, even if briefly. Parents help children prepare for school, siblings share a joke, someone checks the rice cooker. There's a harmony in motion. The TV might play morning news or soft pop songs. A neighbor might call out, "Good morning, Pa," across the street. Even before stepping outside, many people already carry a social mood, ready to greet, ready to engage, ready to serve. Breakfast isn't extravagant, but it's always warming. Sinangag, garlic fried rice, itlog, egg, and tapa, longanisa, or tuyo are staples. Others might opt for champorado chocolate rice porridge or pan de sal with coffee. In some homes, breakfast doubles as storytelling time. A child recounts a dream, an elder gives life advice. Sometimes, the simplest meals carry the deepest comfort. Even in households where time is short, someone will remind the others to eat. Skipping breakfast is frowned upon. Food is seen not only as nourishment, but as a way of caring. Bus commute. The commute in the Philippines is a story in itself. Jeepneys, known for their vibrant colors and personalized decor, remain the most iconic form of transport. Tricycles, buses, and the MRT also fill the streets. During rush hours, people often wait in long lines, stand in packed vehicles, or ride with little personal space, but there's rarely open frustration. Instead, there's silent endurance. Commuters scroll on their phones, listen to music, or fall asleep on each other's shoulders. A stranger might offer a seat, A vendor might walk by selling snacks. Despite the heat and chaos, there's a strange rhythm that holds it all together. People who live far from the center, in Cavite, Laguna, Bulacan, may leave home by 4 a.m. to reach work by 9. And yet, they do it daily, often dressed immaculately, ready to smile. For night shift workers, the city feels like another dimension. They board the MRT while everyone else heads home. Their morning is wrapped in moonlight. Their days off are spent adjusting to sunlight that feels unfamiliar. Briefcase start of the workday. The workday in the Philippines typically starts around 8 o'clock or 9 a.m., but this varies. For BPO employees working with clients in the US or Europe, the morning might begin at 9 p.m., flipping the entire daily rhythm. Offices in this sector are open 24/7, and it's common to see busy lobbies at midnight. Regardless of schedule, there is formality and structure. A day might begin with a short team meeting, a prayer, or a morning chant. Managers greet employees. There is often a shared coffee moment before tasks begin. Respect is a cornerstone. Titles matter. Colleagues, even of the same age, address each other as sir or ma'am. This formality isn't just workplace etiquette. It's a reflection of cultural values like deference, harmony, and group over self. In many offices, you'll find a quote of the day posted on a whiteboard, something inspiring or spiritual. Motivation is woven into the workspace. Filipinos tend to be non-confrontational, team-oriented, and deeply loyal to their jobs. They will go the extra mile, often without being asked. Efficiency may not always be loud, but it's steady and consistent. Necktie dress code and office culture. The dress code leans toward modest and neat. In professional environments, polos, skirts, and slacks are the norm. Many add subtle touches of personality, a bright scrunchie, a character keychain, or a favorite scent. Fridays are casual. Employees wear team shirts, jeans, or even national attire for themed events. Sometimes offices host Filipiniana Fridays, promoting cultural pride. Celebrations are woven into office life. Birthdays, promotions, farewells, and even monthly team recognitions become mini-events. A typical birthday involves the celebrant bringing food, Filipino-style spaghetti, fried chicken, pancit, and cake, all shared around 4 p.m. It's as much about gratitude as celebration. There may be a spontaneous karaoke session during a break or an after-work hangout that turns into a full evening. Fun is never far from work. Some offices have themed days, like Color Coding Wednesday, or group activities like Zumba, yoga, or mindfulness workshops. A sense of community is intentionally cultivated. For knife would plate lunch and breaks. Lunch usually occurs around 12 to 1 p.m., and it's often communal. Workers eat together in pantry areas or nearby eateries. Bayan culture, bringing home-cooked meals, remains strong. The standard fare? Rice and ulam, adobo, tinola, giniling, or fried fish. Food is sometimes shared potluck style. Laughter is always present. Sometimes lunch becomes an impromptu therapy session, a safe space to vent or share jokes. The real charm lies in the merienda, a cultural must. Around mid-afternoon, snacks like turin, banana rolls, banana Q, instant noodles, or crackers with cheese spread make the rounds. These moments are bonding rituals. You're not just sharing food, you're sharing presence. Even in the most high-pressure environments, someone will pause to ask, "Merienda tayo?" And suddenly, the room softens. On birthdays or special occasions, merienda can become a mini-party. Someone brings palabok, others contribute soda or dessert. These little rituals create joy in ordinary days. Hourglass nod on end of workday. The official workday ends at 5 o'clock or 6 p.m., but unofficially, many stay late. This isn't always due to deadlines, it's often about group loyalty. People wait for their team. They finish that one last task. They support someone else who's still working. Overtime is common, especially in corporate or client-heavy fields. While not always paid, it's silently appreciated. Employees feel it reflects reliability and commitment. There's little direct pressure, but people internalize expectations. Some workers leave only after their boss is logged off. Others feel guilty leaving if someone on the team is still typing. For night shift workers, the end of their day is sunrise. They leave the office just as students and employees begin to fill the streets. The contrast is striking, one group powering down as the city powers up. Cityscape at dusk evening. Evenings in the Philippines are family-centered. After work, people return to full homes, parents, siblings, extended relatives. Dinners are shared, rice with simple viands like sardines, egg, or instant noodles, often spiced with soy sauce or calamansi. After dinner, some watch teleseries, others chat with neighbors outside. Street vendors pass with fish balls, tejo, or ice cream. Laughter spills into alleyways. Weeknights are for rest, but Fridays and weekends come alive. Karaoke is king. Whether in homes, bars, or roadside tents, there's singing, dancing, and bonding. A single mic brings a whole community together. Faith also plays a role. Many attend Mass, pray the Rosary, or visit religious sites. Spirituality is a pillar of emotional stability for many workers, especially those managing long hours and emotional labor. In rural areas, the evening can mean farming chores, feeding animals, or attending barangay events. Despite differences in setting, the spirit remains the same: work hard, come home, connect. Cherry blossom cultural details and work norms. Hierarchy is respected. Age, title, and tenure guide how one speaks and acts. Communication is indirect. Feedback is softened. Disagreements are handled delicately. Smiling is a professional expectation. Even in stress, one must appear pleasant. Collectivism over individualism. The group's needs often outweigh personal desires. Celebrations are essential. Even in hardship, there's a reason to celebrate. Emotional labor is invisible but immense. Workers manage moods, theirs and others, constantly. Resilience is romanticized. The more you endure without complaint, the more you're admired. Work is tied to family. Success is measured not only in career terms, but in how well you support loved ones. Foreigners might expect a passive workforce, but what they find is quiet strength, adaptability, and relentless commitment. In the Philippines, work isn't just about performance. It's about service, about care, about showing up every single day with heart. Italy. Here, your workday is not just what you do, it's how you feel while doing it. Sun morning. In Italy, the day begins with energy, sometimes messy, often emotional, always expressive. People wake up between 7 o'clock and 8 a.m., later than in many other countries. Mornings aren't a silent ritual, they're a social scene. The first priority? Coffee. Not the slow drip, sit-down kind, but a quick, sharp espresso, usually taken standing at a bar counter. Italians might not say much before their first shot of caffeine, but that first sip transforms everything. From groggy to animated in 30 seconds. It's not just about caffeine, it's about connection. Baristas often know their regulars' orders and names. Breakfast is light and sweet, a cornetto, Italian croissant, with jam or cream, sometimes dipped in cappuccino. Some people grab it on the way to work, others sit briefly and read the paper. At home or at the cafe, there's conversation. Someone's ranting about politics. Someone else is laughing too loud. A friend waves from across the piazza. Even a discussion about football can become a full-blown debate before 9 a.m. Even at 8 a.m., emotion is in the air. There's no need to suppress it. This is a country where passion is normal. Where if you're frustrated, you show it. If you're excited, you sing it. And if you're late? Well, it's not the end of the world. Bus commute. The commute in Italy depends heavily on the city. In Rome or Milan, people take metros, buses, scooters, or bicycles. In smaller towns, many simply walk. The pace isn't rushed, it's lived. The sidewalk is a runway and a theater at once. There's space for a chat with the barista, a call with a friend, or even a dramatic phone argument on the tram. Public space is an emotional stage. People dress well, even for the commute. Fashion isn't a chore here, it's self-expression. A pressed blazer, stylish scarf, perfect sunglasses, even when they're running late. Someone might fix their hair in a shop window or adjust their jacket before turning a corner. Italians might grumble about delays, but they don't bottle it up. You'll hear sighs, hand gestures, expressive eyebrows. Yet behind the drama, there's acceptance. It's all part of life. A missed bus is annoying, but also an excuse to chat, vent, or grab another espresso. Briefcase start of the workday. Most Italian workdays begin around 9 o'clock or 9:30 a.m. There's no obsession with punching in early. Punctuality is flexible, depending on the field. What matters more is presence. When you're there, you're really there. Offices vary. Historic buildings with marble staircases, open-plan co-working spaces, or minimalist design firms. But no matter the style, the vibe is unmistakably Italian, casual but alert, emotional but functional. Morning meetings may begin with small talk, personal updates, and passionate tangents. Colleagues speak freely, even interrupt, not out of rudeness, but involvement. In Italy, engagement means emotion. If a topic is boring, people will drift off. If it's exciting, hands go up, voices overlap, and a 5-minute update becomes a half-hour brainstorm. Hierarchy exists, but is flatter than in many cultures. Bosses might joke with interns. You call your manager by name. Respect is shown through competence and charisma, not titles. Creativity is key. People are expected to think independently, question norms, and bring new ideas, especially in design, communication, fashion, and tech. There's space to express, and expressing disagreement is often a sign that you care. Necktie dress code and office culture. Fashion is subtle but serious. There's no official dress code in many workplaces, but not looking good is an unspoken violation. Clothes don't have to be expensive, but they must feel intentional. Even casual outfits are carefully chosen. People notice how you present yourself. From shoes to glasses to how you carry your bag, it's all part of your professional identity. Style is seen as a form of respect for yourself and others. Wearing wrinkled clothes or dirty shoes might subtly damage your credibility, even if you're brilliant at your job. Work culture is vibrant. Offices often have long coffee breaks, spontaneous debates, group lunches, and moments of theatrical emotion. Disagreements are open, sometimes loud, but rarely personal. Conflict is conversation. Humor flows freely. Sarcasm, wordplay, and teasing are common. Relationships matter. A lot of work gets done through informal chats and knowing who to talk to, not just formal channels. Who you have coffee with might influence a decision more than a spreadsheet ever will. Fork and knife would plate lunch and breaks. Lunch is sacred. Around 1 o'clock or 1:30 p.m., most Italians take a real break, not just a sandwich at their desk. They step out, sit down, and enjoy a meal, even if it's just a salad or pasta. In many places, especially in smaller cities and towns, the entire office shuts down for 1 to 2 hours. It's not laziness, it's lifestyle. People recharge socially and emotionally. The lunch hour is for renewal, not just refueling. Meals are balanced and fresh: pasta, risotto, grilled vegetables, meat, or fish. Wine? Sometimes, especially in creative or informal sectors. A shared bottle over lunch can build trust faster than months of emails. Lunch is conversation. Colleagues talk about food, family, politics, dreams. It's not wasted time, it's cultural investment. The return? Clarity, motivation, renewed focus. Even casual comments during lunch can evolve into business ideas. Coffee after lunch is a must. Not cappuccino, that's for the morning. A short, strong espresso clears the head and marks the return to business. Some offices even have espresso machines that spark a second wave of life around 2:30 p.m. Hourglass not on end of workday. The day typically ends around 6 o'clock or 6:30 p.m., but flexibility is the rule. Some people leave at 5, others stay until 8, especially in high responsibility roles. What matters isn't how long you stay, but what you bring while you're there. Work-life balance is valued, but many people bring their personal identity into work, meaning they don't completely switch off. Passion doesn't clock out at 6. If they love what they do, they might take a call at night or sketch ideas at dinner, not out of obligation, but joy. That said, Italians resist glorifying burnout. They value doing things well, not endlessly. Overtime happens, but isn't idealized. A rushed, tired worker is seen as someone out of balance. Efficiency matters, but never at the expense of style or soul. And once the day ends, it really ends. Phones go off. People go for aperitivo, see friends, join family, enjoy the evening. Emails can wait. Cityscape at dusk evening. Evenings are a continuation of life, not a recovery from work. People head to bars for aperitivo, small snacks with wine or cocktails. Friends gather, talk, laugh, share stories. Dinner is around 8 o'clock or 9 p.m., and often unhurried. Food matters. Time together matters. Even weeknights can feel festive. A plate of pasta, a bottle of wine, good company. Families gather. Friends drop by. Conversations can last for hours. A discussion about cheese can turn into a philosophical debate. People unwind through connection. A walk through the piazza. A movie at home. A phone call with a cousin. Solitude is fine, but socializing is preferred. There's little sense of doing nothing. Being present is doing something. There's less pressure to be productive after hours. What matters is being alive, expressive, relaxed, engaged. Performing arts, cultural details, and work norms. Emotion is not hidden. People raise their voices, use their hands, Express passion. It's not rude. It's real. Deadlines are flexible. Sometimes frustrating. Sometimes freeing. Time flows like conversation. Work is personal. You're expected to bring yourself, your style, your opinions, your fire. Creativity is currency. Thinking differently is more valuable than following rules. Relationships drive results. Who you know and how you connect can open more doors than any CV. Beauty matters. A well-designed slide deck, office, or outfit can enhance credibility. Voice matters. Speaking well, persuasively, passionately can outweigh technical skill. Pride in the product. Italians care deeply about quality, whether it's code, shoes, or tomato sauce. Foreigners often expect rigid European professionalism and are surprised by how fluid, human, and theatrical the Italian workday feels. In Italy, work isn't just a role. It's a performance, and everyone brings their heart to the stage. Philippines versus Italy comparison of work cultures. A smile and composure versus style and self-expression. Two countries. Two rhythms of life. Two completely different approaches to mornings, meetings, and winding down the day. And while both cultures deeply value people, work, and emotion, they express it in completely different ways. Alarm clock wake-up time. In the Philippines, the day starts early. 4:30 to 5:30 a.m. is common, especially in cities with heavy traffic. People wake up before sunrise, cook breakfast, say a quiet prayer, and move calmly. It's a moment of internal balance before a demanding day. In Italy, it's the opposite. Waking up at 7 to 8 a.m. is the norm. The day begins slower but brighter. It doesn't start with pressure, it starts with life. Coffee, conversation, and emotional energy are already in the air. Person walking commute. In the Philippines, the commute is a test of patience. Many spend 2 to 3 hours in jeepneys, tricycles, or packed metro cars. But there's rarely anger. People travel quietly, listening to music or scrolling on their phones. The goal is endurance. In Italy, the commute feels like a stage. Someone is talking on the phone, someone's adjusting their scarf, someone's waving from across the street. The journey may be shorter, but it's filled with personality. Appearance matters, even if you're late. Briefcase start of the workday. Filipino employees start with structure. Formal greetings like sir and ma'am, short meetings, and a clear hierarchy. Emotions are controlled. What matters is being polite, steady, and respectful. Work happens quietly and with dedication. In Italy, it's the opposite. The day begins with talk, jokes, even debates. People interrupt each other, express opinions freely. It's not chaos, it's engagement. The workday isn't just function, it's a stage for ideas. Necktie office type and atmosphere. In the Philippines, the office can be anything from a call center to a local government building. But everywhere you'll find order, hierarchy, and warm politeness. The ideal worker blends in, maintains group harmony, and avoids friction. In Italy, the office is an extension of identity. Architecture, furniture, the espresso machine, everything has a sense of style. The atmosphere breeds emotion, and that's where ideas are born. Colleagues are more like co-performers. Spaghetti lunch and breaks. In the Philippines, lunch is quick and practical. Usually a home-cooked meal, rice and meat. There's also the tradition of merienda, a sweet afternoon snack, and social pause. These breaks offer lightness and connection during a long day. In Italy, lunch is sacred. Often 1 to 2 hours, it's a real break. Salads, pasta, wine. People talk about food, life, politics. Afterwards, espresso. Lunch is for restoring not just energy, but spirit. Hourglass not on end of workday and overtime. In the Philippines, work officially ends at 5 to 6 p.m., but many stay longer. Overtime is a quiet signal of commitment. People don't complain, they do what's needed. In Italy, the workday usually ends around 6 to 7 p.m., but staying late is an exception. Italians value quality over quantity. After work, life begins. Nobody boasts about staying late. Sunset evening and rest. A Filipino evening is family-focused. A small home, a loud TV, food, neighbors, street vendors, and of course, karaoke. Rest means being together. Even short evenings are filled with warmth. In Italy, the evening is aesthetic. Aperitivo, dinner at 8 p.m., conversations on balconies. People are relaxed but still stylish. The Italian evening isn't just a pause, it's act two, social, soulful, and meaningful. Brain cultural essence. Philippines, stability, gentleness, politeness, emotional restraint. Strength lies in not breaking down, avoiding conflict, being supportive. Italy, impulse, expressiveness, style, voice. Strength lies in being yourself, speaking up, and living with passion. Light bulb a non-moralizing conclusion. In one country, being reliable and modest is the highest value. In the other, being expressive and confident. In the Philippines, you feel like part of a caring, quiet team. In Italy, like a fellow artist on a vibrant stage. There, it's peace and community. Here, it's fire and individuality. Some will love structure and softness. Others will crave freedom and flair. Which rhythm would fit you better?